MaKayla Bryant, a psychology FAMU grad student, cheer captain, treasurer of the Phi Sigma Theta National Honor Society, and a member of the Delta Sigma Theta sorority, was shot during a botched drug transaction on January 26, 2022, in Tallahassee, Florida. She later passed away from the suffered injuries. During the trial, you saw Georgia Cappleman and Nathan Prince battle it out on the legal stage, giving all of the case facts to the jury. Defendant Khalil Ogilvie maintains that the shooting was accidental, alleging that MaKayla and another individual were threatening with their weapons and were uncooperative. MaKayla Bryant was with her on-and-off-again girlfriend Precious CHARLTON at the time of the incident. Now let's have a sneak peek at what Precious decides to say in the interrogation room.
Yes, ma'am. Okay, we're coming to you.
Actually, you got handcuffs on?
Yeah, I got one.
We'll get you out of the handcuffs. We're gonna talk. Like I said, I'll know when they're done operating. I don't know that yet. That's a serious injury. She's shot in the chest, so they got to do a lot to make sure that she'll be okay.
They'll take out a new fingerprints and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It's not like fast.
Fingerprints?
Yeah, it's not like fast.
Like fingerprints off the car and stuff like that?
Off the gun, off the car, off anything.
Oh,
That does not happen fast.
No, it's not like TV.
What's more important is what you have to say. All right, this is Eric Scarborough. He's going to be case agent from here on out, so he's going to make the decisions on this case. You've already been honest with me. I've already told him that, and we need to go through every little detail you can remember, including your phone. Okay, that's your phone, right? Okay. So here's the issue, though. All right. I don't know what the thing is with your deferred prosecution agreement and all that stuff. I don't know that you're allowed to have firearms, and you're definitely not allowed to have the dope. Okay, we're going to be talking about that kind of stuff. All right, I'm not suggesting one way or another that you're a suspect in this case or anything like that, but before you tell us about anything that's going on, we want you to be aware of your rights. Okay? Did any officer read you your rights on scene or anything like that? Okay. So we got to do that, and then we want to talk about everything that happened, okay? We're not trying to put nothing on you or anything like that. I don't want you to think that. We're here for MaKayla, all right? We need to get the guy that shot MaKayla, all right?
I know, and I want that too. I just really wasn't paying attention. Like, he waited till I looked down at my phone to try to do something, and it's like by the time I realized what was going on, I already had the car drive. I had to just put my foot on gas and pull up as fast as I could, but I promise he waited for me to look at my phone and not be paying attention. I just really wasn't aware at that exact second that I needed to be looking. Like,
Precious, you're stressed out.
I know.
You're worried about MaKayla. Yeah,
that's what it be
I know.
on me. You don't understand, like.
But here's what I need you to do. I need you to stay strong, okay? Stay strong for MaKayla. We'll get this information from you, and then we'll go find this dude, okay? We'll find him.
Yeah, we'll find him. We got to get all this information.
Can you be strong?
So we know everything that happened. Okay.
All right.
She's so small, Precious. You're not gonna make it. She's so small.
Yeah. Right.
We don't know anything yet, okay?
Man, that shit really hurt my feelings. Like, I don't know how that shit happened so fast. That just really hurt my feelings. And I just can't stop playing it back in my head. And at first she said, he shot me in the stomach, he shot me in the stomach. And that's all she said. She didn't say nothing else after that.
Okay. All right.
So, did you spell your first name for me real quick? Is it?
It's P-R-E-C-I-O-U-S.
I-O-U-S. Okay, I just want to make sure. And your current address is? Does MaKayla live with you at that address? No? What? She lived there with other people?
No, like, we just be back and forth, like, between my house or between
Okay,
her
but
house.
she lives there by herself, like she'd have roommates or something, okay? And you live at your place by yourself? Okay.
Precious, what's your phone number? What's MaKayla's phone number? Do you know any phone numbers for her parents?
I got her best friend number now. You can ask her for it.
Okay. What's that? Oh, it's in the phone? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, when we get to that, I'll let you go through the phone and give me that number, okay?
Okay. Before we start talking about anything else, let me just read you this real quick, okay? Before you answer any questions or make any statements, you must fully understand your rights. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you in a court of law. You have the right to talk to a lawyer and have them present with you while you're being questioned. If you cannot afford to hire a lawyer, one will be appointed to represent you before any questioning if you wish. You can decide at any time to exercise these rights and not answer any questions or make any statements. Do you understand each of these rights I've explained to you? Can you just verbally?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Have you previously asked any law enforcement officer to allow you to speak to an attorney about this incident? Okay. Having these rights in mind, do you wish to talk to us now? Yes.
Yeah, Precious, we appreciate it. Like
I
I
really
said,
do.
we're here for MaKayla, okay?
Can you just sign that right there for me? This is what I just read you, and those are the 3 questions that I just asked you, okay? Okay. Give me a run, let's start at the beginning and how we ended up here tonight. Like where did you come from?
Keep moving it. It's my face. Okay. It's an app right here.
Okay.
And I just got into all these groups, like just me being down here for so long. I got into all these groups.
Okay.
So that's her family and stuff calling me, but that's them calling me and stuff. But like you see how like different people just post like you just post weed and stuff, right? This be having like 2,000-3,000 people in each group.
Really?
But it's like you're not really knowing who's in there. Like this say 741, and I could go click on another one. Can't click that arrow. It's not like clicking it. It's clicking above it. Okay, like another one. It's called Welcome to Family's Gas Station. You click.
What's your group name?
And that's all the people. It's PC.
PC?
Yeah.
That's it?
Yeah, like P.C.
Oh.
That's your group name?
Yeah.
Okay.
PC, like right here. But he didn't write me. See, I had stopped. My group me stopped really getting messages, so I just posted my number.
Oh, peace.
So he
Okay,
texted me.
P.C.
Okay, so he texted you. Okay.
Yeah, go to
So
my
did-
text.
So is that in here? So these are just the different groups.
Nah, yeah, them the groups. But I
So
had
what
to
did
post
you?
my
So you
number.
posted your number in there saying, "Hey, I've got weed to sell."
Yeah. So basically,
Which
this
one's
number
it?
right here. You see how they text me, and they say they kept calling. They called like 3 times. So I texted him was like, "Yo," like trying to figure out who it is.
Okay.
He called me like,
What's the phone number?
"You're not gonna find it, but it's." I already know it's a texting app number. It's not their real number, but they kept calling.
Can I see that real quick?
Yeah, you see what they was calling right there at that time.
Okay, let's see.
And at that
4:43
point,
p.m.
I had went to pick MK up from work at 3 o'clock at finish line. I went to the car wash, and we vacuumed the car out. And then I was like, it's so crazy. I was like, babe, let's go to Sugar Rush. Like, I just want to do something with you.
Okay.
So we just went and got
So had
ice
they
cream.
called you before you went and picked her up? So that was...
I mean, when they was calling, it was probably like, we just leaving Sugar Rush.
Okay, so you went to Sugar Rush.
Yeah.
And that's when they started calling you.
And I text and I said, yo.
Okay.
And they like, oh, I'm trying to get this. And I immediately put the number in the cash app, and I didn't see no name, and I thought it was suspicious.
Oh, because that means that phone number wasn't attached to somebody or
But,
something
you
like
know,
that.
everybody got a cash app now, so it's kind of suspicious to me. But it's like, I mean, I done been in that situation before,
Okay.
and it just didn't end up.
Did they say? I mean, I didn't read the text. What were they trying to buy?
A QP.
2P.
A QP.
A QP. So a quarter pound.
112.
So the green ones are you, the gray ones are them.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I guess, did they send you a pin? Or I guess it's not a pin, but you looked up the address where to go, right?
They sent it right there.
Right.
So how much were
And I
you?
just clicked that.
You just clicked that, and that's
and
where
that's
you went.
where it took me. And that's
Okay.
where I pulled up, and I pulled up. We probably was sitting out there for a total of 3 minutes.
Oh, let me stop you real quick. So they said they wanted to buy a quarter pound. Did you tell them how much? I don't know how much a quarter pound of weed is going for these days.
Yeah.
How much is a quarter pound going for?
Told them $650.
$650.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, weed's kind of expensive. Okay, so they want to buy a quarter pound. You tell them $650, and they tell you to meet at.
I feel like a fucking idiot, but
Okay, so you're in green saying, yo.
yeah, because they have been calling me like back to back. So
Okay.
usually, like, since I post myself,
So is this the picture you had posted in the? Okay.
and I just resent them now.
So tally, and what a QT go forward needs.
But just like him saying the whole little mom thing, that kind of got me like, also like, I never seen his face, but like from my from my group me, you wouldn't know that I was a girl.
Yeah.
You hear what I'm saying? So like,
Okay.
I don't know.
So what's 60 watts? What's that? 60 watts your location? What's that mean?
Let me see. Tally and what's a QP go for? Oh, I said 60. Like I thought he meant a QT. You see how he put QT?
Oh,
I thought he
okay.
meant 7 grams. So
Oh,
then he
okay.
come back and say, nah, a cutie, mom. So like you
Oh,
basically.
okay.
So I said number too low, and he's like, no, I don't mean what you saying. I mean
Okay.
a
So
QT.
then he wants a quarter pound. So you tell him $650.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It was really just on me. And like now that I think back to it, like some told me just leave when I first got there. Cause she was like, let me see it. I'm like, man, it's right here. Like you already seen it on the picture. You already seen it.
Where was your backpack in the car when the deal was going to go down? Was it next to you or was it in the back? Like,
It was in the trunk. But
Okay.
you gotta think like
right.
she got 5% tint maybe on the back, like pitch black. Like you gotta be pressing
Okay.
up like this to even see what's in the car. But he really probably just had his eye. I had already like once we left Sugar Rush, cause this is all like just stops we making. Like we go to the mall, then we go further down the street, we go to the car wash, then we go to Sugar Rush. Then from Sugar Rush, he was texting me. He had already said something about being on the south side.
You had just washed the car
Yeah,
before you went here.
yeah.
Okay.
That's why I was telling him,
Okay.
like,
No, that's a good
I
thing.
swear to God, like, we both got out and vacuumed out the car, went through the little washing and everything. Like, the car just got cleaned out, like, which is crazy. The whole car just got cleaned.
It looked
so
really
if
clean.
anything,
Yeah.
it'll be the two of us. It would only be our 2 fingerprints in the car, because I kid you
No,
not, like,
that's-
we just left.
That's a
and,
good
like,
thing.
He was just acting sketchy. But it's like, I don't know, because he started putting some money out his wallet. You know what I'm saying? Like, he started to pull the money out his wallet.
Did it look real?
It's like, he basically was like, let me see how much it is first. I'm like, it's already weighed up. It's right here. He's like,
so did you have it up front with you?
Yeah.
The weed?
I had
Okay.
I had a weed though.
Okay.
And the crazy shit is like, I feel so bad even telling him to go to her side. But it's like, when we had parked at, it was like 4 empty parks on the side of her. And if he was on me, it would have been right by a car. So I really wouldn't have been able to like peep what he had going on.
Okay.
So, and right before that shit even happened, I started raising the window up a little bit, just getting a bad feeling, like having it halfway.
Yeah.
Like this, I already was feeling some type of way. And he trying to make small talk. He like, oh yeah, my homie finna go get the cup so I could weigh it. I'm like, nah, you don't need to weigh it. I was like, you could pay me, then you could do whatever you gotta do, but I'm not finna do that. And he was like, oh, I could hop in the back seat and weigh it. I was like, no, bro, like, we don't have to do all that. Like, I'm just trying to get to the money. You get what I'm saying? Like, I'm not no violent person. I'm not no that type of person. If anything, I asked for the gun. Honestly, I want a gun because I know I'm a female selling dope. Like, I already know that, like, how stuff could go and it could go left. And that's exactly what happened. They see 2 girls and they just take it like, oh, they vulnerable and shit. But like, she literally, I'm looking at my phone. I'm like this. They over there. I look down for like 1 second and like I hear like, almost like hear a commotion, like just hear like this. And I'm just looking over and he was like this. He said something like, this how this finna go. Like that's how this finna go. And I see him reaching in the car. So at that point, I'm thinking he had grabbed her gun because we both had one with us.
Okay.
So I'm thinking he's grabbing the gun. And
Where were they when you had them both with you? Where were they?
Visible for him to see.
Oh, so he could see that you both had a gun.
Yeah,
okay.
but we had, like I said.
Where did you have them at?
I had mine like right here.
Okay.
And she probably had hers in the same spot.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying? And it was more so like, I didn't even really want her to be alone with me. It was kind of just like, when I'm already finna drop you off at class, you already in the car with me. And to be honest, I'm not gonna lie, like, I don't make moves like that by myself anyways. Like, if push come to shove, I call my brother. And that's why I say I was calling my brother. I usually call my brother and be like, hey bro, come with me, like, you're a dude, you're bigger than me, you know, I just don't look that intimidating to nobody. So that's really what it was for. And like I said, like, we ain't never shot them guns, like, honestly, like, nothing like that. It was more so just like being diligent, due diligence. And then it's like, once I see him reaching in the car, I'm like, what the fuck? It really took me like 5 seconds too long to understand what was going on, because I'm like, what's going on? And like, as I start to pull off, I just hear like a bang. Like, I just hear bang. And she just was like, he shot me, like, just kind of like, she said like 2 or 3 times, like, just real like cut off. And I'm like, where you shot? She was like, in my stomach. And then she fell down. Like, she fell down, her body was just in an awkward ass way. And I kid you not, like, I didn't even try to shoot back at this guy. I didn't try to do nothing. I literally immediately called 911. I'm telling the lady, and I stayed on her with the phone all the whole time. I did like 100 miles an hour from Levy Avenue to the hospital right here. Like, I was jumping over the medians, like, really cutting up in traffic. So I'm like, ma'am, I'm telling you right now, I'm on the phone with you. I want her to be okay. I'm trying to make this happen. And I tell her, like, I see a sheriff. Even in traffic, I tell her I see a sheriff right here. I tried to hop out the car in the middle of traffic, running his car, but his car took off. I'm like, man, he just kept going. She's like, well, do you see the number on it? Do you see the number on it? I'm like, no, I don't see none of that shit. I'm just trying to get to the hospital. So that's pretty much all I can remember is, like, we probably was only there for about 2-3 minutes. And the whole time it was like, something was giving me a bad feeling. Like, they just trying to make, like, you just really trying to get me to be off my 10, like, or let me weigh it up, or let me sit in the back seat and weigh it up, or let me weigh up an ounce, or let me this. I'm like, nah, that shit feeling funny. And I remember him saying something like, oh, I'm not from out here, I just moved out here, or some shit, like, just making small talk. So it's like, I don't know, I feel like if I seen him, like, I know that was him. You get what I'm saying?
So when you looked over and heard the commotion, like, did you see his gun? I
wasn't aware of, like, I literally don't know when I became aware of that gun. Like, I wasn't even aware of where it was at. Like, I had dropped my phone on the side of the seat. I called the police from her cell phone because she was, like, bunched up like this. I managed to reach in her pocket, snatch her phone out, and call the police because I'm, at this point, like, I'm not even knowing, but really, like, she kind of was pushing him in, like, pulling him in a little bit, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, steady fighting back. And, like, she kind of strong. Like, for the most part, she kind of strong. Which, I don't understand how the angle, like, hit right here. Because when I seen it, they was like this. So I'm like,
So you knew? Did you see them fighting over a gun, or you just
I'm
thought maybe?
assuming like I don't know if I thought he grabbed hers in a split second. I didn't really know what had happened,
Okay.
but I knew that I had this stuff by me.
Okay.
Like I knew the weed was right here.
Okay.
So logically, I'm like, he trying to grab her gun. He trying to grab her gun.
Okay.
So that's when I take off. And like it wasn't until I even got to the hospital and I opened the door for her. I'm like, I've never seen that gun in my life. Like, and I kid you not, I've never seen that gun in my life. So I'm like, it have to be that one.
Okay.
Like it got to be that one. And that shit just happened like in a
So
matter of
did
5
you
minutes.
start to like right away drive off, and then that's when the shot, or do you think the shot happened first and then you drove off?
I think like this, and like I said, I bagged in. I always keep the car in drive,
Yeah.
and I just keep my foot on the brake.
Okay.
So really, it was just a matter of me processing it. I'm not gonna lie, it took me like 4 or 5 seconds, like 4 or 5 slow seconds, like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, before it just clicked, and I'm just like, fuck, like some shit finna happen.
Yeah.
Like some shit finna happen. And I just took off, and maybe once I had probably, as soon as I took off, I heard the bang. Like I just heard the pop.
Okay.
And that's why, like, we couldn't even have really gotten out of the complex before I was like, babe, are you okay? Like, you okay? She like, he shot me. And she said something about she thought she was shot in the stomach. And that's all I remember. And it's like, I can't really, like, I didn't think that was gonna happen. But it's like, I was being, like, aware. I just wasn't, like, as aware. But, like, I don't know if they stay out there, because he made it seem like, oh, he finna go in the house and get a cup so we can weigh up the ounce. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like.
So did you see him, or did you see anybody else with him, or?
Yeah, it was a dude with him. It was like a younger looking boy with him. This dude probably looked like 24, 25.
Okay, let's talk about the guy that came up to the window.
Mm-hmm.
How old do you think he was?
Maybe 24, 25. And he was like brown skin / dark skin. I believe he had like goals in his mouth. And yeah, that's pretty much all I remember. Like, he really, like, just me being black, like, we'll say, like, people from certain areas, like, fit a little description. He looked like a Dade County nigga, or like you know, like how Kodak looked almost,
Okay.
like Kodak Black. Like, people
Yeah.
be like, you a popular nigga, like, you look like them niggas from out
Do you
there.
see,
Like, you,
what was he wearing?
like a black graphic tee, and like I didn't even see his shorts. And I say that too because it's like I'm standing over here, I'm sitting here, she's in the car right here, so really I'm only seeing about this much. But it was a little dude with him.
Okay.
And I could tell he had on like he had on a gray jogging suit, and he had on a beanie, like a beanie on his head.
How old was he?
He probably looked about, he'd be anywhere from like 18 to 20. But I vividly remember, like, I looked over and he was looking at me, and I just looked him in the face like, dang, he got a baby face, like he just looked young.
Okay.
Just noticing that he was looking at me, and like.
So neither one of them had masks or anything on. They just
No.
So you said just a graphic T-shirt, no hoodie or nothing on. What you see? Remember what his hair looked like?
I think he might have had like wigs.
Wicks.
Yeah, that's why I said like the Kodak hair. Like I think he might have had wigs or something like that. Like no, but they wasn't like, I didn't even see him have a gun, to be honest, from where I'm at. But like I say, the tents are black.
Yeah.
And we had the window like halfway rolled up, which that kind of like, now I think about it, I'm doing it to, you know what I'm saying, I'm doing it to protect us. But in the same sense, I kind of, you know what I'm saying, just like knock my own head off, because it's like I'm not able to see what you're doing from the waist down and shit like that. So it's like.
Were they wearing any coverings on their faces at all?
No, and that's why I'm telling you, like, they didn't try to cover their face. Like, that's why I say, like, it was a girl out there in a pink jumpsuit. She was leaving from the second story of the building. She was walking downstairs, so I know she lived there. You get what I'm saying?
So there's people walking around, you know, so nobody else would have thought anything was out of the ordinary.
I mean, like I said, we seen her. She had just pointed out to me before they walked to the car. She's like, look at that cluck. Like, that's what we call crackheads. But he was there's a cluck like in a red shirt, just like dancing by the stairs, just like dancing like this, moving around. You get what I'm saying? She like, oh, he over there getting it. And that's when you see the dark skinned dude approach the cop.
So the crackhead was dancing around in the parking lot?
Yeah, but
Okay.
like, I know he could have seen us. And I also say, like, that's why I was like, bro, they just need to ask some people in the complex, because like, it's like, it was more people. It's people outside. It was the two dudes outside, a girl and a dude walking downstairs. A dude had just got in his like silver Camaro and pulled off right before that. Like, so all this shit is like, it was hella people. Like the complex itself was
She
like.
said a guy got in a silver Camaro.
Yeah, like right before we had like once we pulled up, he was walking down the stairs and walked to the car because we had a conversation. She was like, "Oh, this look like him right there. You think this him?" I was like, "I don't know what he looked like. I never seen him."
Okay.
But then that particular dude got in his car. He pulled out. 30 seconds later.
Okay, so the guy in the silver Camaro might have seen you guys sitting there, but
Yeah.
he left before they walked up.
Yeah, before the issue happened.
Okay.
But I'm saying
He's gonna
I
go
know-
get a map of that parking lot so we can kind of see like where you guys were and where they
and I
might
can
have
tell
come
you
from.
we was about 5-6 spots from like.
So when you pull in, do you go to
Pull
the
in.
right or the left?
No, when you pull in,
Uh-huh.
it's on this side.
So the
But
right
if you're
side.
standing all the way in that back parking lot,
Okay.
it'll appear to be on the left side. So we could only.
So you backed in,
Mm-hmm.
and so you're backed in. So if you're sitting there in the driver's seat, that entrance is over here.
My entrance over here to
Yeah,
me, and
okay.
it's about 4 cars, which is
Okay.
why we parked so far
Gotcha.
down, which is kind of on the hill. When you
Yeah.
come in, it's like a dip, it's
Mhm.
a hill. So about 4 cars down, we park right there. And like I said, it's about 4 empty spaces. And now since the
On the
Camaro,
passengers,
and that's
okay.
what I'm saying, like when we first pulled up, it was like 1 space, then the Camaro, then some more spaces. The Camaro pulls off to where it's just a big old stretch
Okay.
of like 4 things.
So this is that complex. This is the entrance here. So
If anything, we was parked up in here in this area.
okay.
Them dudes kept like they was walking over here.
So
Like, I don't know if their car was in the back.
So they walked from over here towards you guys and approached
Yeah, like
her on the
walking
passenger side. Okay.
Yeah, like walking up, but everything was happening from this angle, like from here. Nobody
Okay.
came from up here. Like they was already in the complex waiting on us at this point. Had to
Okay.
be. You know what I'm saying?
Where was the pink girl in the pink? Where was she walking?
It's over here in the cut. It's like a staircase right here. Like in the building, like it's a staircase. So she was coming from the 2nd floor, and like
Do
you know how the stairs kind of turn a little bit, like want to go this way, and then it'll be going this way, but you just came straight. I can't. It's like that.
Okay.
She was walking downstairs with somebody, and I just
While
vividly
they were
remember
at the
she had
car?
on- Yes,
Okay.
well, she would have seen them, and I know
Okay.
she probably was out there because that's the last person I really paid attention to was the girl in it. It was a hot pink, bright ass pink jogging suit coming from the 2nd floor, like
Do you
walking down the
know
stairs.
about where the apartment was she came out of?
I don't. I
Don't
just seen
know.
the
Okay.
2nd floor and seen
Just
her
the
walking
2nd
with a
floor.
guy.
Okay. Guy in the silver Camaro.
She said he left like 30 seconds prior to before.
So
They
everything
walked
from
up.
like here to here is just blank cars. It's only a couple cars left at the end. Of course, there's some cars down here. But for the most part, is nobody next to us on the right side once that Camaro
Okay.
leaves. Because like I said, I just remember we had a little conversation about the dude. Because she was like, babe, is this him? And I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know. I've never seen him before. But he had a book bag on. He ended up getting the Camaro. He pulled
And he
off.
drove off.
So
Okay.
yeah, so we like, can't be him.
Okay.
30 seconds later, it's another dude walking up. She was like, oh, this look like him right there.
And that was the guy that came up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So they were somewhere in here and walked up. Okay.
And you never saw them in a car or near a car?
I never seen him even when he was like his homeboy finna go get a cup. He was like he finna go up there and get a cup. So like he just say up there. So I'm not knowing if this like a random place they just decided to, you know what I'm saying? Like they just scoped out this spot. It was like this is the hood, this the projects or whatever the case may be. I don't know, but like
Okay. And have you ever been here before?
I haven't, but like we stayed on like Valencia, and you know how just to like get through traffic, you'll go to Roberts, you'll take like Stuckey all the way down, and
Yeah.
then you'll get on Roberts on the back road and take Roberts,
Okay.
and you'll end up coming out by like the Salvation Army or the Goodwill, and you'll
Yeah.
just go that whole way just to get around like Florida
Yeah.
State traffic. So it's not. I never been in there, but
Well, I'm
it's
just saying
like,
that you've never been inside this complex and have you ever dealt with anybody in there, made deals with anybody else in there?
I haven't, but it's
Okay.
like in the same sense, like I don't know, like we just had the conversation. I was talking to her earlier, like my dog just had puppies with this girl named Tyler, and so this is our first time ever doing it. So Tyler made a bed in a room, everything else for us at the apartment. So we been staying at the apartment. I haven't made no plays for probably like 5-6 days. I haven't sold no weed for 5 or 6 days. I woke up this morning and I can, you know what I'm saying? I woke up this morning and I'm like, babe, I'm trying to make some money and da-da-da-da-da and all this other stuff. Like, that's all I really be on. I can't explain it to you. Like, that's the only thing I want to be doing. Like, I don't know. Even, you know what I'm saying? Like, I tell her 3:05, sorry, I'm talking to Tyler. I tell her what time I'm finna be there. But, like, everything is, like, you can really see everywhere that I went. Like, my footsteps. Like, I go here, I go here. I walk into the mall. We went to different stores.
Is it on here?
Oh, let me see. I'm finna
Your
tell you.
location?
That's my brother thing.
Yeah.
Oh, she had my location, though, and I have hers, but it's not on here. But it's, like, I'm finna say, gotcha, babe.
Go
Tyler
ahead.
just killed the rice. You said tacos. My bad.
Okay. So you tell her everywhere you go, everything you do.
Yeah,
There's
that's what I'm
no-
saying.
yeah.
It's never like, and then even like I say, you can ask the it's a girl named Tyler. I've been staying at her house just because the puppy has.
Does she live at?
She lives at, it used to be called the Commons on Tharp Street. Now it's called Canyon Run.
That was called. They changed the name again.
Yeah, it's been Canyon Run for a while, but they like renovated and stuff. So like, you know, the Commons used to be bad, but they kind of like fixed it up. And so I was for the, you know what I'm saying, for the most part, like, everything that I did, it was like me just going here, me just going there. I ain't gonna lie, I made a couple plays this morning. I only made maybe 3 plays, and I got that like on Cash App and stuff. You can see the times.
Okay,
And,
so
like,
you
I
did
went in.
do 3 deals this morning.
Yeah, I'm not gonna, you know,
No,
what I'm saying, I'm not gonna
amazing.
lie to you, and I don't have no type of job, and it's like my daddy doing life in prison right now on a conspiracy charge, a cocaine charge. You get what I'm saying? So it's like, I don't know. I'm just taking care of myself at this point.
Where are you
I'm trying
from?
to do what I can. I'm from Pensacola.
Pensacola. Okay. How long you lived in Tallahassee?
About 4.5 years.
Oh,
I'm out here for school.
So you've been here for a while. Okay.
So you wouldn't know who this guy's group me name was because you posted your number and he texted you or called you, tried to call you and then text you. Okay.
Basically. And man, I didn't even think to text him. Like, I don't know.
Did he ever, when y'all met, did he ever like say a nickname or did you ever introduce yourself and he said a name back? Anything like that you can remember?
No.
Did he ever call out at his friend and say a name or call him by something?
No.
It's okay if you don't remember. You might remember
No,
later.
that's why I'm just
Yeah.
trying to think really hard. But it's like, nah, like how you even ask, it's like, the only thing that was fishy to me is like, them steady like, oh, let's this, like trying to basically prolong it. When you had texted me and said, I'm ready, I got plays waiting.
Yeah.
So anybody, like, if you a hustler, I'm a hustler, you tell me your plays waiting, you gonna have your 650
Like,
ready,
yeah,
I'm
here's
gonna
the
give
deal,
it to
and
you,
we
you
done.
gonna give me the money, we gonna dip out of here. Like, nobody trying to get caught, nobody trying to, you know, just parlay around, police be driving by Libya and everything, which is crazy that I said, I'm like, babe, you know what, this is kind of ghetto, but I'm like, we always see the police on Stuckey, you feel me? I always see some police over there, and by like College of Engineering, I always see some police over there, so I'm like, maybe it's not gonna be nothing, but like, they didn't have no mask. I just remember it was a dark skin one and a brown skin one. The brown skin one looked younger,
So the
and
younger
that's the
piece
one
of
I
the
seen his
brown
face, but I really genuinely feel like if I seen both their faces, I'll tell you, like, that's them, like I seen both their faces.
So when he came up to you, what did he initially say? Like when he walked up to the window?
Like that's you, or like yo, cause I don't think in the text I never told him like what type of car I was in,
yeah.
and she had already said, she was like, well, don't tell him what type of car you in, like let's just see who walk outside. So I never really told him what vehicle I was in.
Yeah.
It was more so like we chilling with the windows down a little bit, so we both kind of just, I'm looking over here, you looking over here, like trying to see somebody first, and she was like, this look like them. So I'm like, she rolled the window down just a little bit more, and so I don't even remember like how it started, and I say that because like it's repetitive. You get what I'm saying? I'm not trying to just keep telling on myself, but like I've been selling weed for like maybe 3 years, and that's just what keep me afloat. But it's like I never been in no situation like this. You get what I'm saying? Like I get to where I gotta go, and I'll be this, and I just move. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't think nothing of it. They didn't, like you said, they didn't have their face covered. It wasn't this. At most, I'm thinking like, I don't know, they trying to be, you know, they kind of fishy, but it's like.
So the only thing they kept saying was that he wanted his boy's gonna go get a cup to weigh it,
Okay,
and then
first he get there, he say, okay, he walk up, he say, you got the za, because you see in the text, he say, you got the za. I was like, yeah, I got the za, and he was like, let me see it. I remember opening the bag, taking a piece out, handed it to MK. I said, hand it to him.
So you just hand him a piece of the.
Yeah,
Okay.
he take it. He said, oh, this good. He put it in his homeboy nose. His homeboy like, his homeboy not saying nothing the whole time. He just like,
Okay.
like yeah, I hear what you're saying, but he not really talking at all. So then after he talking about that, he like, man, that. Then he was like, let me see. I was like, right here. He was like, that don't look like a QP. Which that should have been. I should have just left, cause nigga, a QP look like QP regardless. It fill up the gallon bag the same way, about halfway at the little line. So
Yeah.
I'm like, man, first that should have been fishy. But I'm like, no, it's there. Then he was like, that's when he brought the scale. But see, the other boy touched the scale too. That's why I say I got that same scale, but that scale with the top ripped off, that's not mine. Mine got a thing that go like this. And if you actually looked in that Adidas lunchbox, you'll see the same type of scale. It was an Adidas lunchbox inside of the blue raised book bag.
So that's yours.
Yeah, all that stuff is
So
mine.
he had a scale.
Yeah, he comes to the car, cause like I say.
Oh, okay.
So that scale, the one with the top ripped off.
The one you told me about when I was talking, you said
Yes.
that one's not mine.
Yes, that's
Okay.
his. That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
And the homeboy touched it too. They both touched it. You
Okay.
get what I'm saying? So he handed me the scale and was like, well, here, you could just weigh it. And then he mentions a cup. He was like, I got this cup and the cup will fit an ounce in it. So like if you put an ounce in the cup, I'll be able to tell if the rest of that is 3 ounces. So I'll be able to tell if it's a QP. Basically like just on some dumbass shit. I should have left.
Okay.
I should have left because they was really like just not making no fucking sense. But like, I kid you not, the whole encounter was maybe 4 minutes max. You get what I'm saying? I feel like between 2 and 4 minutes. That was the
So
whole
he hands you the
encounter.
scale, wanted you to weigh it.
Yes.
Mm.
Did
So
you
then,
weigh it? I mean,
no, I was waiting on the homeboy. He said his homeboy's finna go get
bring
the
a
cup.
cup.
He
Okay.
said his homeboy finna get the cup.
Gotcha.
I'm like, okay. He said that. I just started looking at my phone. You get what I'm saying? I'm just like looking at my phone. I told you I hear like a little commotion. And he said something like, yeah, this how this finna go. Or some shit. And I see him like tugging with her. And like she, like I say, she's stronger than most. Like she's strong as hell. So she really going like this. And I do not know at what point his hands in the car. I see them wrestling. So I really don't know behind how it happened right here.
Yeah.
Like, because it went into her breast. I seen, like, once we got there and I was looking at her body, I'm like, I don't see nothing. And I lift the bra up, I'm like, it's right here. But when they was arguing, his hand was more so like this. And she's kind of like, you get what I'm saying?
It's
You
hard
reaching
to-
your hand in
yeah.
my car, so I'm basically trying to, like, beat your hand up. So I don't know how, if it jerked back or what the angle was, but I do know that I took off. And I don't think it was the bullet, like, I don't think the bullet shattered the window. I genuinely think like I was dragging his body or like some type of pressure on the
It
window.
could be. I mean, if you're
Yeah.
saying your window is like halfway
There's no
down, a
bullet
little down,
hole.
yeah.
And that's why I'm
That
saying,
could-
but the window, I remember hearing that, and then like the window, I like seen the crack spread or something. I'm like, what the fuck? I don't understand how that happened. So, and then she said she was shot in the stomach. So I'm like, I don't know, like did a bullet go through the windshield as well? But I know like she didn't fire the gun that she had. Like she obviously was just tussling over the gun that he had and never really just, grabbed her gun. She's more so trying to keep herself safe and trying to fight and argue like this. Like,
Okay.
and that's just about.
So when you drove off, is that how did the bag end up in the back? I mean, you stood
I
back
threw
there
it,
just
yeah,
because you were trying to drive to get the hell out of there.
Yeah, that was me in traffic. Like I'm driving and shit like that. So and then I consciously I'm like, okay, let me throw this in the back. Like I'm not dumb, but I already knew. Like I'm telling the lady like exactly where I'm at, like keep like point for point. She's like, where you at now? I said, I'm passing Leon High School. She said, where you at now? I said,
so hoping that a
turn
cop
over
sees
here.
you and pulls you over
Yeah,
and you driving.
Yeah, essentially like just
Okay.
trying to drive.
Yeah.
But I kind of already knew something. Like let me just throw that in the back seat. And then with the finish line thing, the finish line bag, I think I just tucked that one under my seat. But that one was in my lap the whole time.
Okay.
So I don't know what his intentions.